What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. My name is Rock Soldier, and today we're going to be reacting to Token and Ren. What does your love look like? Now, this is a collab I did not expect, and I will say I've never done a reaction to Token, but I'm not completely unfamiliar with his work. I've like dabbled, you know, like kind of just dipped my toes a bit. Like I know like Code Red and like YouTube Rapper, and I think he has one called like Flamingo. I've heard a couple tracks and whatnot, you know. And honestly, I fuck with Code Red and YouTube Rap. Those both go hard. But honestly, yeah, just never done a reaction to him, and he's not somebody that I've like, you know, listened to a lot of. And again, this was just not a collab I was really expecting. But honestly, I'm pretty excited to see where this thing goes. So again, we got What Does Your Love Look Like? We're gonna hop right into it. Let's get it.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? 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 As much as I do wanna love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment we feel safer in. You thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you, like that was the weirdest. I only heard dad say I love you with mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So how could you blame me, cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You wanna know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load off. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to learn, I never had the chance. I still look to my manager, but he gon' teach me how to be a rapper before a good man. I grew up afraid to find a letter on mama's dresser telling us goodbye. I'm used to it all, so you don't gotta hold back and cry. But I gotta tell you why I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be.
Damn.
You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
So yeah, so there was a lot there. I honestly like, he's basically saying that, you know, like, so she was upset because it took him a long time, you know, to say that he loves her, right? But I mean, from what he's saying, or from kind of what I heard, I think, is that, you know, just kind of like that word wasn't. Oh, shit, my bad. Just like that word wasn't really kind of like used a whole lot growing up, right? And again, I don't know if this is specific to him, like specifically Token himself growing up, or if this is kind of just like an example, but nonetheless, right, it just wasn't used a whole lot. So like, therefore, it's not something that he himself would just go throwing around early on. Like it would have to be a pretty big commitment almost for him to drop that word, right? And you know, it seems like, you know, in this situation that the other person quite isn't, you know, understanding that, and that's where the difference comes in, you know, the incompatibility, so to speak. I think I'm on track here. He said a lot. Let's get it.
But I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
I'm not right for you, but I won't get up and leave. Cause I hate the pain that is colour my veins, that is present in solitary. What does your love look like? Does it look black and white? Is it your kryptonite? Do all your demons get louder at night and the voices get softened when we're intertwined? I've been going to therapy lately, cause the cause and effect made me hate the way that I feel when the loving gets real. Cause I just wanna run and escape the pressure that paints me. Pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes. Pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So my therapist said that these wounds that I kept were created when I was a kid. And just like that, all my thoughts raced back to a Welsh town, 96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds are uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. This cycle repeats every night.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I think I was a little bit on the mark there, but about, you know, just kind of about being a product of the environment we grow up in, I guess, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, like, you grow up in, like, if you grow up in a situation where your parents, you know, unfortunately kind of just don't click or whatever, it's just not a good relationship, you know, there's lying, cheating, yelling, arguing, you know, all that kind of shit, right? Like, that's kind of what you see and kind of take as normal, you know. And then when you grow up, like, that's kind of your relationships. And when you find something that's, you know, almost perfect, right, something that's like really, really good, and it's not quite like that, it feels too good to be true. Maybe, maybe I think that's where we're at right now.
96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds are uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. This cycle repeats. Every night I try to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete. Mothering peace, a vision of love, a lesson that fused with the cells in my blood. A lesson that taught me that love ain't enough and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him. The words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me, my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren.
Right, so just kind of go back as to what I was saying earlier about, I don't know if this is like specifically about them or if it's kind of just examples. I do think, because I know a little bit more about Ren than I do Token. He mentioned several things there that makes me think Ren is speaking from personal experience, which makes me think that Token would be as well. So, I mean, props to them for talking about something like this. I mean, talking about your family life and these tough situations, especially on such a platform, is not an easy thing to do. So, shout out to them for that.
That he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me, my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren. Strong for my sister, my mum at a loose end. Confused but moving through the confusion. My born new love feels fake like what does your love look like? Does it tear your inside? Does it keep you up at night? My brother. Does it make you feel like a fist in your windpipe? Suffocate the feeling of what love's meant to feel like. Navigating you, but I'm still not quite right. One night stand, make the pain stop one night. One more heart to the blade of my cold night. What does your love look like?
Man.
You realize how hard that I work and you told me you feel for me. If I lost all my motivation tomorrow, would you still love me? It's easy to love when I'm up, when I'm down and you leaving. You can't even give me an answer cause you never seen it, and that's why it's hard to believe it. If you need help but I'm too far away, is it over for you? Maybe I'm just not the person for you, even though I still could be the soul for you. Maybe we are meant to be together, but our history got in the way. Your trust issues, my fear issues, too many issues at play. You yell fast, I get quiet, you wanna see more passion. I've seen what real yelling can lead to, so no, I don't have it. I grew up afraid to see holes in the wall in a room that was locked from inside. I promise I'm used to it all. You don't gotta ever hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What is it?
I mean, it's just crazy to think how many, people have had to go through like this kind of exact situation. I mean, obviously everyone, situation is different and all that, but like the general idea of it, yeah, there are so many families that go through this, and it's crazy. I feel like the conversation wasn't necessarily talked about as much, until like maybe the most recent, I don't know, 15 years, maybe like my life. I'm 27, so but yeah, like the effect that has on people when they grow up, right, and then how that affects their relationships and how they deal with this kind of adversity and these kind of problems within a relationship and what, I mean, it's so tough to think about.
Hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Man. All right, so that was Token and Ren. What does your love look like? Official music video, and man, this was awesome. So I feel like I have a lot to say here because, firstly, I'll just say I feel like this was like a bit of a different track for Token, but again, I kind of can't really say that because again, I've only kind of dipped my toes in the Token pond, so to speak. I only know a couple of his songs, but the songs I do know are like super aggressive, heavy based beats and all that, right? And they're a little bit more like in your face, So it was actually really, really cool to see, a song with this side of Token. Again, not that I have much knowledge with his music as a whole, but it's still just kind of super, super cool to see. And for Ren, you know, for those of you that follow my channel for a while, you know, maybe know that I've done, you know, a bunch of Ren reactions. You know, when I found Ren, gosh, what was it, a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. It was so yeah, it's been a couple years now. You know, I fell in love immediately. You know, it was right around the time that High Ren came out. And I love a lot of the work that Ren does. I love the messages that he preaches. And just his creativity and openness with that. So it was cool to kind of see that kind of bleed into the collaboration here a little bit. And again, the topic of this one was just, I just think so relatable for so many people, in so many different situations, man. I mean, it's just such a tough thing, you know, and to think about how, you know, how much of a product of our environment we really are, and like how much, you know, we absorb when we're younger, and how that translates into how we deal and look at things, you know, when we're adults and grown up and all that good stuff. So, you know, shout out to them for again, what seems like, you know, both of them to be speaking from personal experiences, man, and again, kind of just, you know, kind of putting like some of your baggage out on the table to hopefully, you know, have a meaningful track that maybe helps, you know, other people, you know, out there in the world as well. So, I mean, you know, this was fucking awesome to see. Great music video, great song. Yeah, I thought this was great. So, again, a collaboration I did not expect, and it turned out to be fantastic, man. So, overall, I enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys did as well. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, and hit that bell to drop on the next one. That is all I got for you guys for now. It's your boy Rock Soldier. Hope you guys see your night even better tomorrow, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, guys? Peace.